Hey, man, what's up? Welcome to It Is the Ace Michael Show. That's what I'm talking about. And if you are here for the first time, don't let that little thing I did stop you from coming back. I don't always do that. I probably never did it before, actually. But anyway, if you want to be on the show, you're welcome to. Come on, be on the show. Be on the show. Okay, and that's what's up. Today, my guest is Christina Baker. Christina Baker. She doesn't say her name like that. I just did it like that because I'm a dork. Christina Baker, aka GLOCK Girl, is on the show today. Today, we're going to be talking about America. And America has a strange position, in my opinion. It's strange. To some other people, it's not strange. But in my opinion, America has a strange position on guns. I don't understand, man. And so hopefully Christina Baker will shed some light on it today. Welcome to the show again. Christina Baker, our AKA Glock Girl.
Hello, Ace. Thanks for having me.
It is
Excited.
always a pleasure. To see that smile is worth everything. Everything.
Oh,
So let's go ahead and get right into the show this time. So we're no small talk. We know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about guns and guns control. And as they say, people don't kill guns. Guns kill. Don't take our guns. You know what I mean? Okay. So what
yes.
is up with guns and people? Why do people gotta have guns? Why? Why we gotta have guns?
So there's many reasons why people like to have their guns, but the number one is for the defense of free people. The guns are the check and balance against the government and to defend us against tyranny. They say never in America, never America. Well, that's because of the Second Amendment, and that's our right to bear arms. But also, guns are present for self-defense. I refuse to be a victim. I'm a female, and I'm at a disadvantage just physically against a male attacker. And guns are the ultimate equalizer for anyone wants to defend themselves. And that's also what the Second Amendment's for. And then there's also a bonus in hunting, a bonus in recreation. I'm a competitive shooter. I love run and gun. I love the gun community. It's friendly. So all sorts of great reasons for guns.
So Christina, there's a lot of tyrannous things going on in America right now. I personally believe that it's tyrannous to charge me $20 to get a car wash. You know, but that's me, and that problem won't be solved with a gun, and that's my point. Like, I think this is just, obviously I only have my opinion. I think we've taken this a bit far because, yes, I can understand we used to have to be concerned about tyrannous situations, other countries coming in and taking our rights away and making us drink tea and pay for it. Fuck that.
Right.
I'm gonna rebel against that shit. I ain't paying extra for tea. I get that. But now, would you even say in your lifetime that you've had to fight any tyranny with your gun?
So I'm currently fighting tyranny in Virginia
At
with
Starbucks, right? Starbucks.
so this has been a really big fight this year in 2020 in the Virginia legislation with all these gun control laws. And something that, I mean, that we all can agree on is we don't like people dying unnecessarily. We don't want mass shootings to occur. We don't we think that gang violence, we should do something about that. People dying on the streets, literally. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Nobody pro-gun or anti-gun wants people to die. And this is something that really we need to come together on as, because gun rights are not, they are bipartisan. They are not one party or the other, because it's a right on what our Constitution and our country was founded upon.
Of course.
So I'm afraid right now because, if somebody comes in my home and tries to kill me or rape me and say there's an accomplice, and they hold me down against my will and lets that other person stab me to death, that's kind of what gun control is.
This is a very vivid hypothetical you have here. Holy shit.
Yeah, it is like that.
Wow. Okay.
The government's pretty tyrannical to take my right to defend myself away. The analogy is one's immediate and the other is, I mean, I'm making an analogy, but that is exactly what we're talking about here, is taking my right for self-defense away, and the law would do that.
So it sounds like, okay, just to understand, because I'm not the sharpest cookie in the bag. So what we're saying is your concern is not the usage of guns, the control of guns. It's more about the right to carry a gun, just like I have the right to carry my laptop. It's mine. I can go anywhere I want with it. It's my laptop. So I would be upset if somebody said, no, 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 you can't carry your laptop in here because there was a kid who died from laptop related murder, right? And then I was, what's that got to do with me? I'm very careful
Right.
with my laptop, right?
Right. Right. And that's your 14th Amendment right, your right to your property, life, and liberty. So also constitutional right to have that laptop, because it's your property. You have a right to it.
No, maybe I don't understand. So what happens in the case where things are confiscated by the government? Was that because someone did something that they had their rights taken away, and so you know what I'm saying? Like, what's the difference between that and the government coming along and taking your guns? I don't know if the question makes sense the way I'm asking it.
So are you saying, like, if somebody gets like, are you talking about red flag laws, or are you talking about maybe if somebody's arrested for a crime, or
Yeah,
something?
like a seizure of some kind. So, you know, cop stops you for a traffic stop and says, hey, you got a warrant, and it ends up leading to your car getting up on the tow, and now your car ends up at the tow line. Like, what? That's the same thing. That's taking your property. Couldn't you argue then that, whoa, 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 I got constitutional rights, bro. I may have a ticket, I may have a
Oh,
warrant, but you can't take my car. That's my personal property.
sure. And I would agree that would go towards your Fourth Amendment constitutional rights. And they better have like a warrant and things to seize these things, unless it's arguing like it's illegal because it's like blocking traffic or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a police officer, but you do have those Fourth Amendment rights, and that goes to the point of the Bill of Rights being there to protect you and the citizens from tyranny, whether it be a police officer, because that's an official, and or a governor, or a president, or even the army. And that's why the Constitution exists, because all these things are possible. These people could very much violate your rights. Ideally, no, but millions of people have died in countries in which the government took their arms away and killed them. And that's in the millions in individual countries. So whatever things are happening related to gun violence, those we need to get in communities and solve them within the communities. The greatest areas of gun control have the greatest murder rates with guns. And that needs to be a community issue. It's not a federal, we're going to take everybody's rights away thing. They're making it that way. When I say they, I mean people pro-gun control. But really, this is not the risk and benefit to having armed citizens and not having armed citizens is complete and total chaos and awfulness within a country, as we have seen happen throughout history in China, in Germany, in Vietnam. We've seen massive tyranny, and America's not one of those places. And that's why people want to get here, because of our freedoms. And the Second Amendment really does protect all these other rights.
Now, I see you have a lot of things behind you there, NRA, Stand Up and Fight. Run me through a day in the life. So, day in the life, what are you doing to educate and inform people? A day in the typical life of Christina Baker, aka.
Oh, sure. Well, if I can get it together good enough and get some sleep after a long night shift, I would like to encourage people to stay alert and vigilant. I do that personally by checking my email for alerts for organizations I've signed up for. VCTEL is the one locally in Virginia. So I want to know about Virginia politics, what's going on. We just had our special elections day before yesterday, electing city council members. The Second Amendment sanctuary, or 2A sanctuary movement, is huge. It's like 98% of counties in Virginia are a 2A sanctuary county. So getting city council members in for counties that aren't. So, when the governor says they're pushing what Virginians want, when 98% of the counties in the state are pro 2A, well, that's a lie, right? And then also I'm involved, or I subscribe to Gun Owners of America and Firearms Policy Coalition, and they're very involved legislatively nationally. So I am sending emails regularly on take action items that they send me for even gun control that's being put in our stimulus packages. It's like, sure, stimulus package, gun control, why not, right? And well, I'll tell you why not. And and I'm gonna let them know. And these organizations help alert me to that, because I don't know how else I would possibly be able to keep track of a 1,000-page stimulus package. And it's like, oh, but there's 5 pages of gun control in there hidden. And luckily there's somebody with the brain for that to look it up and find that and let me know about it, so I can tell them I don't want that there.
So let me ask you this question, and again, this may be a dumb question, but okay, I see your point, but I don't understand the opposition's point. What would they gain by taking your guns? I don't get what do they win?
I think about that sometimes, and I don't know if I can answer that question, except for the fact, so there's a cynical answer to that. I'll try and not go there first.
I want to hear that. Okay, but don't forget it, because I want to hear that. Okay.
But I believe a lot of it is ignorance. It's very easy for the media to take a tragedy and blame it on an inanimate object, but we are people and evil exists, and it is what it is, and that is a tragedy. And they say that's enough, no hopes and prayers, it's not times for prayers, and of course it is. And it's not, gun control does not prevent these things. I would like to see evidence that it does, especially, I mean, there's just completely conflicting evidence, and it needs to be evidence from America. We are a country of over 300 million firearms. That's pretty darn close to our population. So to say that we want them to go away just is completely unrealistic, and it is a violation of our Constitution, which we've talked about a lot. Take on that would be that they want citizens to depend on the government. They want the citizens to need the government for home protection or for everything even. But truth is, you and I, Ace, we don't need the government. Um, we are able to provide for ourselves. We are able to feed ourselves, and we are even able, if we choose the right to, protect ourselves. And if worse comes to worse, we could protect ourselves against the government who is trying to take those things away. And you could call it paranoid, except for that they are trying to take those things away. And this is a very true reality that I'm trying to let people know about. I was complacent, and I come to my home state, and these things are talking about making me a felon, non-criminal. I'm a nurse. I want to help people, and then all of a sudden the tables have turned without me even realizing it, and the whole Virginia legislature is trying to take my guns away.
Now, you mentioned a couple things, and I agree with some of them. Some of them, it's not so much that I disagree, it's that I don't understand. I still don't really understand the why. The why. Why would the government, and I may have my own reasons why I think they do. Why does the government want us to depend on them, in your opinion? I have my own opinion. But in your opinion, why would they want civilization of man to not have guns and need to depend on the government? It seems like it'd be a tremendous burden that they're already getting our money. I think that's all they want.
Right. Well, I think historically tyrants want to be in control, and the more control you have, the more power you have. And so therefore, they're power hungry, and they want us to need them. And it's just simply not the case. It's we the people, and we control what they do, and not the other way around. And that has just gotten lost in translation somewhere, but it's written in the Constitution. And they don't rule us, we rule them. And the Second Amendment is a challenge on that. And recently, sometimes they've been reminded of that, that the people are in control and that we dictate how things go, not a tyrant in office or somebody with the stroke of a pen. No, we the people are great, and we make up this country. It's not tyrants that make up this country. It's not politicians that make up this country. The politicians are there to help support the people, and it's not the other way around.
Mm. Well, I tell you what, this obviously won't be decided tonight. And on that note, we got to close the show, and that's a great way to close the show. Christina Baker is GLOCK Girl. How do we follow you on the internet if we want to?
_girl at on Instagram.
And that is what's up. Hey man, it's the Ace Show. Listen, I don't know if you want to carry your guns or not. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence, to be quite honest. I'm literally on the fence. I'm like,
Gotta train. Gotta take a class. I think it's important to educate. That's education over legislation.
And that's what's going to do it for me.
That is, I think, the more the direction.
Well, I'm looking forward to taking a class, and we'll see what's happening. Can't even put my mind on it. I can't make a decision. I can't make a call on it. That's how big an issue it is. But I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Send us an email, contact GLOCK Girl at hers, and let's see. Let's get this dialogue started. You know, communication solves problems, not lack of communication. That is what's up. Ace Micheals Show, man. Live the life you love. Love the life you live.